What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG Online deck profile. And with the Pokken Tournament coming out and my boy Chandelure kicking some serious butt on that game, I thought I'd go into Expanded and do a Chandelure EX deck because this guy is really good in TCG. He's not only good in Pokken Tournament, he's also good on the TCG. So I figured we would showcase that today. He has two attacks. First one is kind of like the Gengar that you guys might be more familiar with. Curse Drop. Put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way that you like. So it actually does 4 damage instead of 3 like the Gengar. But you can put it on your Pokemon, or on their Pokemon, in any sort of combination. So you could put 4 damage counters on one, you could put 3 on the active, and then 1 on a bench. So you have that flexibility. It really helps with like spread damage and things of that nature. So really good attack. It does a little bit more than Gengar's because it is actually a psychic, where Gengar's is colorless, so you can really use his for free if you have the stadium. But I still actually like this one a little bit better. Then second attack, the Eerie Glow. This is what we're going to be focusing on. 70 damage, and then your Pokemon is now burned and confused. Yeah, that's right. I said burned. I guess burn is still a status condition that's still in the Pokemon TCG, even though they've stopped putting it on Pokemon. So I'm not sure if they're trying to get rid of it, but we can still use it in Expanded. That's pretty annoying. You do the way it works, if you don't know, is at the end of each turn they flip a coin, and if tails, they take 20 damage. So it's like a little bit stronger poison, but they have to flip for it to see if it goes into effect. So yeah, but really the confusion is why we like this attack so much. That's another status effect where they have to flip a coin to attack. If tails, then they do damage to themselves. I believe 30 damage to themselves, and the attack doesn't go through. So that's very problematic. You do not want to be confused, especially if you don't have a way to switch out. So Chandelure, very good Pokemon. For the rest of the Pokemon line, we have 2 Shaman, just that standard 2 Shaman setup. Just too good. This is more of a speedy build that we want to get off, so we want to have cards coming out as soon as possible. Now, here's a surprise. We're going to be running 3 of the Cresselia from the Breakthrough set. Yes, that's right, Cresselia. Haven't seen anyone run this yet. But what this does, we're going to be using it for its ability, My Way. If there's a stadium card in play, this Pokemon has 0 retreat cost. So kind of in the sense of Hawlucha, a basic Pokemon that has free retreat. We're going to be using that, and we're using him instead of the Hawlucha because 1, he's psychic, so he can actually attack if need be. And 2, he actually helps us against one of our bad matchups, which is like the Sigilyph, Suicune, the safeguard Pokemon. He can hit Sigilyph for only 2 energies if we have that stadium, and he can hit him for weakness. So he can one-shot a Sigilyph with Safeguard, or he could 2-shot Suicune with Safeguard, and that helps out, as well as giving us the free retreat. And I'll show you why the free retreat is really important. We have 1 Gengar, just another attacker that can use 2 psychic energies for an attack. So we'll kind of use that. And then Mew is going to just double up on the Chandelure Eerie Glow attack stuff. So we really want to be hitting that Eerie Glow. And Mew is going to be using his versatile ability to bring that out. Our aspec of choice is the Computer Search. Just really strong, consistent. We are running 2 Enhanced Hammer. Hopefully we don't see a dark deck. We can knock off their double colorlesses to try to give us a fighting chance. Now, Max Elixir, another card from the new sets. This is from BREAKpoint. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Attach a basic energy card you find there to one of your basic energies or basic Pokemon on the bench. Now, this is the reason why we are running Cresselia. Now, the strategy is we are running 3 because we want to start with it pretty often. Now, if we can have a Chandelure on the bench, we attach an energy for our energy drop for that turn. Then we can Max Elixir and hopefully hit 1, or use a couple of them, hopefully hit. Then he'll have 2 energies, and then we can free retreat if we have the stadium in play to the Chandelure, and he's ready to go with his Eerie Glow in that 1 turn. So if we go second, it's really plausible to get all that off. It's not all that hard. All you really need is a a Stadium, start off with the Bookman. All you really need is a Stadium, a Max Elixir. The rest of the cards are pretty prevalent in the deck, so it's something that can happen, and if we can get that turn 1 Eerie Glow, that's really going to set our opponent back, maybe even get some quick kills. So we're running 4 Max Elixir for that. Let's see here, we're running 1 Startling Megaphone for things like Garbodor, maybe Rock Guard if we come across it. 1 Switch in case we start off with a Shaman. 3 Ultra Ball. We only run 11 Pokemon, so we don't need to constantly using Ultra Balls, but it's nice to kind of thin out our hand if we need to get a Shaman or if we need to thin out our hand so Shaman can use his setup for more draw. Sorry, I almost skipped over that. 4 VS Seeker. Just too good of a card. Supporters are really good and expanded, so might as well have more access to them with the 4. We're going to be running 1 AZ. Just pick up our Shamans. If they Hypnotoxic Laser us, we can use that to get out of the active. 1 Chorus, 1 Hex Maniac, 2 Lysander. I want to be choosing certain guys to kind of confuse and make sure that they get stuck in the active position, so we're going to be doing that. 2 N, really good supporter card. Annoying if your opponent plays it against you. Great if you're playing it yourself. So yeah, we got to run some of those. Running 4 Professor Sycamore. 4 Dimension Valley. We want to have this card in play at all times, basically. Whenever we're going to be attacking, we want to have it just so we can attack for 2 energies instead of 3. Really speeds up the deck. And so we're going to be making sure that we win that Stadium War. And playing it only when it's smart to play it. Running 4 Fighting Fury Belts, another card from the new set, Breakpoint. This is going to give our basics 40 more HP. So, Chandelure, it's nice now to have him at 210, doing a little bit more damage, and Gengar 210, and even Mew at a 160. Sure, there can be some people that can one-shot him still, but that's going to help him out a lot. I feel like it makes him very, very, very more important with these Fighting Fury Belts. Running 1 Float Stone in case we start off with something and there isn't a Stadium, like a Cresselia, no Stadium, or a Shaman. So not, it doesn't happen often, but it is nice to have that option in your deck so you don't auto get stuck there. Running 1 Headringer just to annoy our opponent, 2 Mystery Energy, and 10 regular Psychic. So yeah, that is the deck. In expanded, Chandelure starting to get some of the recognition that he deserves. Let's go ahead and get a game in and see how it plays. The main downside of the deck is Chandelure and Gengar are both ghost type Pokemon, so they're weak to dark. And Evital and Dark decks are the main thing going on in the meta. So both standard and expanded metas. So that can be a problem coming up against that, but that's where the Mew helps. You can use the Mew up and active since he isn't weak to dark, and then have him just copy Chandelure's attack on the bench. By the typing that we saw, I'm assuming that it's Night March. We'll see. It could be, I guess, a Mega Manectric deck, but good chance that we're playing Night March, and that'll be pretty interesting to see how that plays out for us. If we are playing it, that Curse Drop is going to come in handy. And yep, that is exactly what we see. So we're going to go ahead and put the Fighting Fury Belt on. We're going to go ahead and drop. We're not going to let them get easy kills on the Shamans. So we'll go ahead and grab another. We only have so 1 Chandelure is prized, which is not good because we want to use these Chandelures. That Curse Drop is going to come in huge for us. And I guess we'll go ahead and Sycamore. Cool, this is going to help, that's going to help, and that's going to help big time. So go ahead and end turn. Alright, so not a horrible start for us. This would have been a case where it would have been better for us to go second. But we'll see. I guess we're going to force this Night March to get up to 210 damage in this first turn. He's going to have to go all in for that. Or, I guess, use that Tool Scrapper. So it's a good thing we didn't play this second Fighting Fury Belt. Okay. So now he only has to do 170, which is a little more problematic for us. but we'll see what our opponent can pull off. Now we do have Hex Maniac that we can maybe use for next turn, depending on the situation. We have the start of the Megaphone. I'm assuming he's going to be running Fighting Fury belts as well, so hopefully we'll see like 1 or 2 get put down. And we have an Enhanced Hammer. So, you know, we're gonna, you know, do what we can to hang out with this really, really top tier meta deck, and show people the power of the Chandelure. Let's see our opponent getting a Battle Compressor. Just gonna be filling up the discard pile with his Pokemon. Let's see if he dumps Xerosic. Okay, he hasn't dumped a Xerosic. Hopefully he isn't playing many more Tool Scrappers, because that was a problem for us. And the Sycamore. Let's see, we saw AZ go in the discard pile. Okay, and yep, there's the Fighting Fury belt as we expected. Question is, will he be able to do at least 160 this turn? He probably already has hit. He's had a couple Battle Compressors, a couple Shamans. We have a pause now while he's thinking. Yep, 190 in 1 turn. This deck is crazy. Luckily for us, we will be able to kill him. And we'll go ahead and I guess we'll bring his hand down. We need a backup though. Awesome, which we have now. And we do have another energy, so we'll go ahead and put that on the Mew. We'll Curse Drop. Cool thing about this Curse Drop is we can get 1 damage counter on something else. Gengar would have had to just put 3 on Joltik and that's it. There, we got to actually spread 1 more actual damage, so that's kind of cool. He brings up the Shaman with the damage, so I'm assuming he has a double colorless in hand. Hopefully there's something in here. Nope. We see a Trainer's Mail for an Escape Rope, which doesn't hurt us too bad. Okay, yeah, that was kind of what I was assuming. Now that's not all that bad because we can do a Eerie Glow, and we're going to force him to attack through. Here we go. We're going to force him. Let me see if he has any delinquents. I could Shaman right now, but yeah, because likely he's going to run. Damn. No, I'm not going to Shaman. Just thinking about it. I didn't double check to see if we have more Shamans, and we don't want to empty out our hand to have nothing. But at least here our opponent will have to flip heads to try to attack to Sky Return. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I was going to Shaman just so we can fill out our hand because we probably don't need this D-Valley any longer. But since I don't know what's in the deck for certain, I didn't want to risk doing that and having the other Shaman prized. You know what I mean? It just would have been a bad outcome for us. So see the Escape Rope. So he's going to get a kill on this Cresselia if he doesn't have a Lysander. Oh wow, and there's that Shaman. But he'll be weak to our Chandelure, so we could kill him. So if he's taking 1 prize and we're getting 2, then I'll be happy with that. We'll see if our opponent can pull out a Lysander. And no, he just kills our Cresselia, which is fine. We're happy with that. And another Dimension Valley. Okay, now we will get rid of these Dimension Valleys. And we have a Shaman. It's going to be a target, but in reality the Mew's a target anyways, so it's not, you know, he's one-shotting everything. Go ahead and put that head ringer on there. I guess we have And we could end our opponent, and I believe we will do that before we get 2 prize cards. Question is, do we want to play? Yeah, we will. We're going to play that down, the Cresselia. Sorry, thinking it would be nice to have him. He has to get 2 kills to get those 3, but he would hit this for weakness as he's hitting this for weakness. So I don't mind sacrificing this in case we see another escape rope. Now let's go ahead and Eerie Glow for the kill. Hey, look at that animation for the burn damage. Haven't seen that since the update. Enhanced Hammer, which likely won't really come into play for us since he's killing us anyways. How many double colorless? So he still has 2 more in play. There's the 3rd. So I guess it's going to come down to, can he draw that final... Actually, I guess he will be able to hit for that. Okay, perfect. This is where having the Cresselia helps, because we don't want to put that Mew up because he's going to lose to that Mew. So what we're going to do here, we're going to free retreat. We're looking good. Now we can end our opponent. Our opponent's going to be in a crunch. Yes. So that Cresselia. Love you, Cresselia. Love you, Cresselia. Alrighty, here we go. So he has 1 card. He's going to be drawing 1 more. We'll see how good of a card that was. We'll kill that, and we'll put another. I guess we'll go ahead and put a damage counter on that Shaman. We're one-shotting that. We are one-shotting that. So we might as well put, random damage counter. We never know how the math might help. If we hit him and then he flips tails on a burn, that can kill him. This Mew does have a head ringer on him, so that's going to make it harder for him to attack. So with only 2 cards, he's in a tough position. Now, it's not really hard for Night March to get all what they need, so we'll see what they can do. But with 2 cards, we'll see if he has every option out of there. Obviously, nope, and he scooped. Wow, we beat the Night March with our Chandelure deck. And interesting thing, we really saw the Cresselias coming into play. Kind of cool, huh? So yeah, let's go to the stats. Our biggest attack, was 160 compared to his 400, both on weaknesses. He did a lot more damage dealt, but I guess that's what Night March does. We were very tactical with our Chandelures, and those Curse Drop, very, very underrated attack, and I think that got us the win. That kind of swung it for us. So that's kind of a look at that guy beating a very, very, very good Night March meta deck. So I think you guys should check it out, give it a look-see. I know that's kind of a weird game, but Night March is a deck that you'll probably see a lot in tournaments, and having that Curse Drop is really big. And then the Confusion and Burn's also pretty strong as well. So yeah, I hope you guys like the deck. I guess we will see you next time. As always, feel free to comment if you found any cards that you think would combo better with the deck. I would love to know. And we'll see you next time. Peace.